The critic T.K. Whipple once observed a strange contradiction in the American character. He noted that we live in the civilization our forefathers created, but the wilderness they tamed still lingers inside us. In Lonesome Dove, that lingering wilderness manifests as two blue pigs fighting over a rattlesnake in the dirt on a porch. Captain Woodrow F. Call and Augustus McCrae are living relics of a wilder time. As former Texas Rangers, they successfully brought order to the borderlands, only to find that their victory left them with nothing to fight. They are trapped in the quiet world they spent their lives building. For a legendary warrior, the arrival of peace is often just the beginning of a long, stagnant wait for a purpose that no longer exists. Lonesome Dove is a dust-choked purgatory near the Rio Grande. Opportunity is replaced by suffocating boredom. Daily survival involves checking for centipedes and enduring tar-fried goat meat served by Bolivar, a retired bandit who spends his days whacking a broken dinner bell. The Hat Creek Cattle Company is a roofless barn and a few patched-up corrals, a mediocre livery stable serving as a graveyard for Call and McCrae's past ambitions. The environment itself has become the antagonist. The frontier didn't end with a heroic stand. It dissolved into oppressive heat, petty annoyances, and a total loss of direction. Captain Call is unable to retire his command. Without a war to lead, he manufactures his own missions, obsessively maintaining the discipline of a soldier in a town that requires none. He spends his days digging useless wells into solid rock and battling the hell bitch, a dangerous mare he refuses to sell, just to maintain a sense of friction and struggle. Every night, he patrols the river for Comanche raiders he knows are defeated and gone. He is a scout looking for a trail that has already turned to dust. This relentless labor and nocturnal paranoia are the symptoms of a man who cannot justify his existence without an enemy. Call clings to his past utility because his present offers him no place to belong. Gus McCrae copes with the silence by embracing it. He spends his days drinking mash whiskey and picking arguments for sport, turning his once sharp mind into a tool for amusement. He spends his bolt on Lorena Wood, a silent, traumatized prostitute. He isn't paying for her beauty, he's paying for a witness, someone to listen to his endless talking, because he is desperate for a human connection that isn't rooted in work or duty. This atmosphere of decay weighs most heavily on Newt, an orphan who works for Hat Creek. He idolizes the working cowboys who pass through town, seeing them as the embodiment of a rugged life he hasn't yet realized is disappearing. This obsession with the old ways acts as a silent parasite. It leaves the survivors aimless in the heat, while Newt is haunted by the shadow of a life that vanished before he was born. By the time the summer heat peaks, the camp is a powder keg of unspoken desperation. Call is already manifesting the idea of gathering a herd and driving it north, searching for any excuse to regain his purpose. The mundane morning routine of bickering over biscuits is suddenly broken by the sight of two riders approaching from the horizon, cutting through the wavy heat of the stage road. Dietz has returned with Jake Spoon, an old friend riding a pacing bay that has been pushed to the point of collapse. Jake's exhausted horse and his sudden reappearance signal that trouble is close behind. Jake's arrival provides the spark. The West is defined by the tragedy of outliving your own era, and these civilized men are now ready to unleash their lingering internal wilderness one last time.